the world in your home.
Good morning, and you're welcome to your breakfast program on MCLtv. Good morning, Abia. My name is Michael Ofoyin. Of course, today promises to be very exciting because we've got a lot to give out to you from here, and of course, we're coming to you live from our Aimba studio here in Abia State. I'm not alone. I have my regular host here as well. Stella Wando. Stella, good morning. It's nice to have you on the program.
Good morning, Michael. Thanks for having me. Good morning, audience. Thanks for joining us on today's Good Morning Abia, your one-stop breakfast show on MCLtv. Just like my colleague Michael said, the promise is to be informative and educating, so we urge you to stay glued to your television set.
Urging you to sit glued to your television set is what we're asking for you, because we'll be taking you around 2 hours telling you all that is happening here in Abia State and also in Nigeria, and also giving you news making rounds outside the shores of the country. Of course, we have wrote in on this program, and the first point of call for us here on the program is to go to the words of marble, the words that expose you and I to be a better person. And the words of marble this morning comes up with these:
nothing great will ever be achieved without great men, and men are great only if they are determined to be so. I'll take it again. Nothing great will ever be achieved without great men, and men are great if only they are determined to be so.
And of course, that is coming from Charles de Gaulle, and it says, nothing great will ever be achieved without great men. And men are great if only they're determined to do so. It means if you need to achieve, you need to believe in yourself, you need to think around it, and also you need to believe in yourself, because if you do that, you'll be heading for greatness. Well, that's the words of Marvel, the words that spurs you and I to be a better person. And Stella, of course, a few weeks from now, you and I know that Nigeria will be heading to the polls. Of course, the countdown for us here have started. Your darling TV station, MCLtv, will bring you the 17 local government, all that is happening live right there in your living room. So you want to stay with us and know what is happening. After casting your vote, we ask you to go out and cast your vote, because that is the power that you and I has to make a change. Okay, Stella, already.
Just like I will always tell you, I know Nigerians are ready because yesterday I paid a visit to some
so you believe
collection
we have
centers.
the power? You believe we have the power to make that
I saw the report I told you on Monday that we got from Umahia, where Emmanuel Nwaze also told us that the eligible voters are actually winning, because when he went to the collection centers, he actually saw a large turnout of people who were there to collect their PVC. And of course, I also paid a visit to Aba South and of course Osusioma, where people are there to collect their PVC. You also saw a large number of people there to actually collect their PVC, which is the report that will be coming later today. So people are ready, people are eager to make the right choice.
Okay, making the right choice. That's the power that you and I have to make the changes by casting and voting the right people that we think or believe will take us to the promised land. Okay, quickly back to you, Stella Wande, to tell us what is making world in the round of news.
The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has revealed that about 5 million uncollected permanent voter cards, PVCs, will be quarantined from February 8 till the end of the presidential and governorship polls. The electoral umpire was apparently reacting to the fears expressed by stakeholders in the electoral process that politicians are planning to acquire the uncollected PVCs to rig the elections. Mahmoud Yakubu, in his key address at the National Youth Summit for the 2019 general elections in Abuja, assured that the Commission has set February 8 deadline for the collection of PVCs, adding that the uncollected cards will be quarantined until after the elections to avoid access to them. The electoral umpire's boss equally promised that INEC will make public the number of collected and uncollected PVCs before the elections for Nigerians to know exactly the number of those who would vote out of over 84 million total registered voters. He commended INEC's youth ambassador and Nigerian youths generally for their role in sensitizing Nigerians to get registered as voters, and charged them to mobilize the electorate who have collected their PVCs to vote in the 2019 elections. Yakubu further noted that the forthcoming general elections were for the youths, and as they constitute the highest number of registered voters, where parties have fielded many youths as candidates following the enactment of Not Too Young to Run law, and urged them to take the polls seriously. President Muhammadu Buhari has commissioned the Area Independent Power Scheme, a project under the Rural Electrification Agency. MCL News witnessed the commissioning ceremony. The report.
The construction of the Independent Power Project in Ariaria International Market is implemented by the Rural Electrification Agency of the Federal Ministry of Power, Works and Housing, aimed at supporting the rapid deployment of off-grid electricity solutions. This is expected to provide affordable and reliable electricity to economic clusters across Nigeria through private sector developers. President Muhammadu Buhari said that the independent power plant is a mission objective achieved. He noted that he is pleased to know that Abia State, in particular Aba, is a major contributor to local production of goods in Nigeria.
Today, policies and programs such as this independent power plant we have demonstrated that if the common good is our mutual objective, it can be achieved irrespective of party differences, developing the economy and fighting corruption. Some of the sound economic choices we made for Nigeria are self-sufficiency, self-reliance, national productivity, job creation, promoting made in Nigeria goods and facilitating the ease of doing business.
Abia State Governor Dr. Okeze Ikpeazu said that the project is a dream come true in an effort to improve power supply to local manufacturers and traders within Ariaria.
Mobile recognizes Abia as a place that has over 200,000 people doing all kinds of things. And we know that each and every one of them employ at least 4 people. So we have nearly 1 million artisans doing all kinds of things. And most of them are located around Ariaria market here. So when we noticed that 4 problems were the major issue, limited steps for Ariaria to flourish, one of them, apart from road infrastructure, was power. I'm happy to say that when this option came for power provided in this very, very beautiful way, we all rallied around and said we must do the needful to give that the option of which power source to choose. And of course, this is far better than whatever they had seen before now. And to have it us, that you have come today, give us the opportunity to have a choice and have steady power. We say once again, thank you.
Minister of Power, Works and Housing, Raji Fashola, noted that the achievement of the project is in pursuit of the current administration's policies and programs, pointing out its positive impact, especially in Ariaria market.
It has delivered 780 concrete poles made in Nigeria by Nigerian businesses. It has provided 150 transformers. It has delivered a customer care center where anybody who is connected to this place has a problem can go, and there are young people working there. It has also supplied 4,000 meters, and we are still counting because there are 33,000 shops more to go. There used to be 6,000 generators here, supplying power in an inefficient way. So by that policy and their investment, they are helping you and Nigeria fulfill the agreement you signed when you signed the Paris Climate Change Agreement. So again, policy has impact.
On Energizing Economies Initiative, Mrs. Damilola Ogunbiyi, the managing director of the agency, has this to say.
The Ariaria Market Power Project is fully funded, constructed and operated by Ariaria Market Energy Limited, and it consists of an independent power plant, an extensive distribution network, and a metering system for each shop. This is important because everybody has a prepaid meter, so the traders only pay for what they use. It is therefore very clear that this administration is committed to ensuring that Nigerian businesses are given the ability to thrive and thus boost economic activity in a productive and healthy environment.
Some Ariaria traders spoke to MCL News following the commissioning of the project.
We didn't anticipate such in Ariaria International Market, but I believe this is one of the greatest achievements the federal government have done in these eastern zones. So we thank the president so much. We thank our governor who bring the inspiration. Unlike when we were using generators, like then it was quite unconducive. But now you can see that most of the shops using it can testify.
When this electrification project started, I was the first to be connected. Before, we used to suffer other individual power supply. When they give us today, 1 week we've not seen. But since this one started, at least we've been enjoying uninterrupted power supply.
Commissioning of the Ariaria Independent Power Project attracted the presence of government officials, traders, and officials of the Power Ministry. Ofriche Ejide, MCL News.
President Muhammad Buhari has pledged his administration's constituents to the development of infrastructure for the economic development of the country. He met the pledge at the All Progressive Congress Presidential Campaign Rally in Aba. MCL News covered the ceremony, which held at Inyimba Stadium. the report.
President Muhammadu Buhari noted that despite the dwindling revenue profile of the federal government, that his administration has pushed for infrastructure development of the nation. This is a deliberate policy of the government to boost the economy of the country and help small-scale investors advance their businesses. President Buhari pledged that his administration will achieve more if he is re-elected as president.
When we came in, you know, we were voted based on three fundamental issues: security, economy, and fighting corruption. We are doing the railways, which was neglected and virtually killed. And we are doing power, and it's one of the projects that I came to commission here today. I assure you of what I believe, that if we get the infrastructure correct, the roads, the rail, power, Nigeria will mind their own businesses. We are committing available resources to make sure we get the infrastructure right. And we are doing as much as possible to secure the country so that we can properly manage it.
Adams Oshomole presented the gubernatorial flag to Uche Oga and appealed to Abians to vote for him.
The beauty of democracy is that if you were led by mistake, your mistake cannot last more than 4 years. The last mistake of 2015 must now be corrected in 2019. And that is why they are asking Abia people to vote for governor APC, vote for president APC. On behalf of Mr. President and the leadership of our party and the great people of Abia State, we present this flag to you as a symbol of victory in the next coming elections.
Other politicians who made brief speeches at the podium, such as Uche Oga and Ojuzo Kalo, charged Abians to vote in APC candidates in the coming polls to enjoy the dividends of democracy.
His Excellency, we want to appreciate you to let you know that nobody will love you more than we, your people. Because people will come and tell you stories. But we are your sons, and we are ready to give you the maximum support, the maximum vote in Abia State.
Uche Oga has invested. He's coming from private sector before I came in Lagos, where we do our businesses. Governor Uche Oga passed comprehensively, and he will pass in Abia to the glory of God. President Buhari has no comparison. We are going to give him 70% vote from this Abia State to the glory of God.
Other APC stalwarts who graced the presidential rally are Senator Nkechi Nwogo, Governor Rochas Okorocha, Nkiruka Onyejocha, Mark Wabara, Minister of Labour Dr. Chris Ngige, Senator Ken Nnamani, and others. Ihunanya Okoye, MCL News.
The National Council of State recently approved 27,000 naira as the new national minimum wage. The amount approved by the council is 3,000 naira short of the 30,000 naira that the Tripartite Committee on Review of National Minimum Wage recommended. Gloria Okmara in this report saw the reaction of a cross-section of residents of the state capital, Omahia. The report.
The National Council of States consists of the President, his Vice, all former Presidents and heads of government of the Federation. Other members of the Council are all former Chief Justice, the Senate President, Speaker of House of Representatives, the Governors and Attorney General of the Federation. The Council is charged with the duty of advising the President on a number of issues bordering on national population census, award of national honors, appointment of members of the Independent National Electoral Commission, among others. For some Nigerians, the council went beyond its power when it approved 27,000 naira as new minimum wage. It does appear that organized laborers and Nigerian workers are not interested if the action of the National Council of States is unconstitutional. Labour is concerned that the presidency has finally transmitted the new minimum wage bill to both chambers of the National Assembly following its approval by the National Council of States. The fight for a new minimum wage for workers in the country has been shifted to the National Assembly. Some respondents in Omaha urge Labour to continue to insist on the 30,000 naira as new minimum wage, considering the harsh economic climate in the country. They maintain that state governments have the capacity to pay its workers 30,000 naira if they can muster the will to reduce the high cost of governance.
Because going to the market now, things are very, very costly. If federal governments are giving 30,000 naira minimum, I think the states should follow them, because we are just in the same market. We always buy something in the same market. So going back to, I mean, federal paying 30,000 naira, why state will be paying 20 is improper. So I think they should round everything. They should make everything to be equal.
Other respondents called on Labour to accept 27,000 naira approved by the Council of States. They said some governments may not be able to pay 30,000 naira if it is actually passed into law by the National Assembly.
They should go with it. From 18 to 27 is 15% increase. And apart from that, even though that the federal government has said they will pay 30, the financial capacity of the federal government and the state are not the same. You will also realize even some states are still finding it difficult to pay 18,000 minimum. So that is my opinion. And since the Council of States means all the people that have ruled this nation sat down, discussed, and come to that conclusion, I think they should take it.
The issue is payment, not the amount. Some states are not buoyant. Why some are? Considering the economy of the nation, if that 27, if they can, states can afford that 27,000, they go ahead to pay it instead of dragging 3,000. The problem is payment. Some states are not buoyant, considering the economy of the Nigeria. I'm also advocating for changing sharing formula. They should increase something for the states to enable them meet up with the payment.
It is not yet hurrah for organized labor and Nigerian workers. However, the transmission of the new minimum wage to the National Assembly is a strong indication that the battle is almost over. Gloria Opara, MCL News.
The Abia State Chairman of the All Progressive Congress, APC, Honorable Donatus Wamba, has reportedly been kidnapped by unknown gunmen. Wamba was kidnapped by armed men at Anwamba Junction along Abia Enugu Port Harcourt Expressway about 11 p.m. on his way from Umuahia, the state capital, to Abia, ahead of the visit of President Muhammad Buhari to the state. APC Publicity Secretary Comrade Benedict Gosson, while confirming Wamba's abduction, told newsmen in Abia on Tuesday that the party got information that there were plots by the opposition to disrupt the party's presidential rally Tuesday, but never expected that it will get to the level of planning to kidnap the state chairman. Also reacting to the kidnap of Wamba, the chieftain of the party, Honorable Acho Obioma, wondered why the men should go after a man that he described as easygoing and friendly. Obioma, who represented Umuahia Ikwano constituency at the Federal House of Representatives, while appealing to the government to release Wamba, also called on heads of various security agencies to ensure that the state chairman was rescued from the hands of his abductors. As at the time of this report, no information was available from Wamba's abductors or if he had been released by them. The Apex Bank has warned bank chiefs who breach Central Bank of Nigeria's e-payment reporting rules, including submitting/reporting false or inaccurate reports, Besides, the errant banks will get a penalty of 250,000 naira. Lenders that failed to ensure that third-party end-to-end e-payment solution used by the bank/financial service provider is approved by CBN will also get 2.5 million naira fine, and the management director issued a warning later. The threat was contained in a draft guideline on end-to-end electronic payment of salaries, pensions, suppliers, and tax released yesterday by the FS Bank. The drafting guideline signed by CBN Director, Payment System Management Department, Sam Okojeri, said the banks were expected to promote the adoption of end-to-end electronic payment by all stakeholders covered by this regulation. The guideline is in exercise of CBN's powers as provided in the CBN Act 2007, Section 47, subsection 2(2)d, hereby issues the warning regulation on the end-to-end electronic payment of salaries, pensions, and other remittances, suppliers, and revenue collections in Nigeria. The banks are also to process electronic payment instructions in accordance with a subsisting payment system and clearing system rules, and publish customer service and contact centers details via multiple media channels, and maintain customer service contact centers to promptly attend to all electronic payment inquiries and challenges with stipulated timelines, and report of customer complaints indicating resolution status. This will reduce the time and cost of transactions, minimize leakages in revenue receipts, and at the same time provide reliable audit trails, thereby making the Nigerian payment system aligned with international best practices. The Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Ibe Kachipo, declared that every barrel of crude oil produced and exported out of Nigeria is now being tracked by the federal government in collaboration with the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. Kachipo said the government and the EFCC recently commenced the tracking of vessels lifting crude oil from Nigeria. He spoke at the ongoing Nigeria International Petroleum Summit in Abuja while responding to a comment made by a delegate at the summit. The minister said, and I quote, "For the first time, whatever you are producing in this country, as per when it is being produced, barrel for barrel, we can also tell where it is going to for the purpose of discharge." He said the Department of Petroleum Resources, DPR, have been able to set up and are finalizing a forensic analysis that shows things. We can see every vessel for the first time that comes into Nigeria. We can see their activities. He said the government, through the Federal Ministry of Petroleum Resources, will also extend the tracking to the downstream sector. But that's the much we're going to take on today's news segment on Good Morning Abia. We'll go for a break. When we come back, more news headlines will be coming your way, but that will be on our newspaper review. Please stay with us.
Good Morning Abia, your one-stop breakfast show on TV.
Another political season is here.
The storm of partisan politics has thrown up numerous candidates.
Who can best represent the people?
Abia Media Roundtable presents Political Debates 2019 for governorship and National Assembly candidates.
Let the best candidates emerge through fair debates on relevant issues. Abia Media Roundtable.
Fairness and integrity.
2019 Abia Political Debates.
Date: 4th February for National Assembly candidates, 21st February for governorship candidates. Venue: Bines Hotel, Habat Macaulay Hall, Aba. For more information, call 080-5483-3026, 080-3669 3622 or 08033003566. This program is proudly brought to you by ActTV, Boss FM, Magic FM, MCLtv, NTA Channel 6 ABA, PBS, Living TV, and Ibere Online TV.
Are you a plumber? Do you have 3 years experience in the job? Do you have good experience in store management and purchase? Then quickly apply to the management and Etona Hotel at number 6 Margaret Avenue, GRA, Abia State.
Good morning, Abia, your one-stop breakfast show on TV.
Do not deface Abia State with posters. Do not defecate on our streets. Do not litter Abia State.
My brothers, I say wetin man go do for this world where people no go talk. If you chop,
Do not urinate in public places.
you no chop, then go talk. Wetin make we do for this world? I say make we dey do the things wey we carry for house. Na so world want am. Abi no be so?
Keep Abia State clean. This message is brought to you by MCLtv.
Good morning, Abia, your one-stop breakfast show on TV. Good morning, Abia, your one-stop breakfast show on TV.
Another political season is here.
The storm of partisan politics has thrown up numerous candidates.
Who can best represent the people?
Abia Media Roundtable presents Political Debates 2019 for governorship and National Assembly candidates.
Let the best candidates emerge through fair debates on relevant issues. Abia Media Roundtable.
Fairness and integrity.
2019 Abia Political Debates.
Date 4th February for National Assembly candidates, 21st February for governorship candidates. Venue Bines Hotel, Habat Macaulay Hall, Aba. For more information, call 080-5483-3026, 080-3669-3622 or 080-3300-3566. This program is proudly brought to you by MCLtv, Boss FM, Magic FM, MCLtv, NTA Channel 6 Aba, PBS, Living TV, and Ibere Online TV.
Good morning, Abia, your one-stop breakfast show on TV.
You're welcome back, and if you're just joining us, this is still Good Morning Abia, your number breakfast program on TV, coming to you live from our studio here in the city of Abia State. And it's time for us to take a look at the papers. And this morning we have 3 papers on our deck, starting with the Daily Sun. And of course, at the top corner of the paper comes up with these: Abia residents defy rain to receive the president. And that can be found on page 40 of the paper. And of course, the big bold headlines making rounds this morning is the NJC goes tough on oil, and Tanko gives Supreme Court Justice 7 days ultimatum to respond to petitions, refers complaints against CCT chairman to FJSC, CJN sues federal government over suspension. That could be found on page 5 and page 6 of the paper. And the mammoth crowd of All Progressive Congress APC presidential rally addressed by President Muhammadu Buhari and other party officials at the Dam IM Stadium yesterday at Owerri. All right, we will deal with perpetrators of election violence, federal government. We will deal with those that will cause violence in the election, says federal government. Governors express concern over arms, ammunition, proliferation. And of course, PDP presidency will revive Nigeria, says Wike. The PDP presidency will revive Nigeria, and that is coming from Governor Nyesom Wike. Article writes US and EU envoys on alleged constitution breaches. Tinubu knocks ex-VP over pro-democracy claims, and that can be found on page 29 and page 10 of the paper. NBA boycotts order total partial compliance in states, and that can be found on page 6. Let's take you to the back page of the Daily Sun, and of course, this morning we're taking a look at the public forum, and it's coming from Samuel Reme, and it says Osibanjo, office of the vice president and the 2023 campaign. Of course, it is the public forum, and it's coming from Samuel Reme. All right, the next paper you'll be seeing coming from Stella Wande.
All right, so the Nation newspaper this morning at the top left of Nation newspaper, and of course it comes with a headline: Tinubu questions Atiku's democratic credential. And of course, the story is going on page 6 of the Nation newspaper. Underneath that, presidency uncovers plans to scuttle elections, says NSA. Read up the story on page 8 of the Nation newspaper. Now, closer to that, it says House OK's 30,000 naira pay. The story you can get on page 8. Oil vessels tracking begins. Let me take it again. Oil vessels tracking begins. Read up the story on page 11 of the Nation. Buhari extols Governor Okeze Ikpeazu. It's found on page 4 of the Nation newspaper. Moses happy as Fenerbahce. That's on sports. Read up the story on page 46 of the Nation newspaper. Moving down, Amnesty gets 10-day deadline to pay grants. The story on page 4. Abga loses chieftain. Go to page 42 and get the story. Now, closer to the picture element, there it says drama in a way as AA candidate attends Buhari's campaign. And the picture element there, parts of the mammoth crowd at the presidential rally of the All Progressive Congress APC at the Dan Anyam Stadium over in Imo State yesterday. The boldly written headline says NJC to Onogen and acting CJN, defend yourselves in 7 days. Petition against CCT chairman Omar sent to commission. Read up the story of all these on page 6 of the Nation newspaper. Moving down underneath the front page, you see article writes US, UK, EU, France, Germany. Go to page 44 and know the contents of the letter. Men warned against Bram Bafia's removal Let me take that again. Men want against Bram Biafia's removal. Read up the story on page 41 of The Nation. Now we'll move straight up to the back page of The Nation newspaper. At the back page, comment and debate coming from Olatunji Ololode. Reality Bites. It says the Nigerian jurists are sponsoring. And of course, let me quickly read out something that is coming out from the headline. It says, for a long while, the judicial has thrived as a pagan altarpiece where dishonest lawyers and judges of presumed and often contrived caliber have been known to pervert the cause of justice, driven by an illusion of self-worth and a healthy belief that the law is and as forever amenable to the whiplash of their wills. Get the full details of that at the back page of The Nation newspaper. To the hardball absurdity, go to there and read up. That's now to the Ripples, just as part of your day. It says LCCI, minimum wage may heighten inflation. And the response there says, of course, it's minimum wage maximum wahala. That is it with The Nation newspaper this morning, Michael.
All right, of course, and for the last paper on the table this morning, it's from the New Telegraph. And the New Telegraph at the top corner of the paper comes up with Ogun State Healthcare. Abiodun APC will build specialized health centers. APM will rehabilitate, maintain facilities. Akinlade and the ACIACA will increase medical personnel in hospital. And quickly, to tell you that Adamu, the new IG, is not sleeping. Police promote CP to DIG, send him on terminal leave. Police promote CP to DIG, send him on terminal leave. And reps approve 30,000 minimum wage for workers. Atiku writes, US, UK, EU accuses Buhari of constitutional infraction. Because that can be found on page 2 of the paper. Quickly, woman give birth on campaign ground, gets governor 2 million. Well, sister, believe me, we'll be talking about that. If I were pregnant women, where should I go? Simple. Go to campaign ground and give it a push. Be sure you will get 2 million naira. South Supreme Court Justice in trouble. NJC gives Onohe, AG, CJ, and 7 days to respond to petitions. Council refers petition against CCT chairman to FJSC. And that can be found on page 2 and page 5 of the paper. Suspended CJ and 6 relief at appeal court. Lawyers shun NBA directives. Shumale to US, UK, and EU. Nigeria, not a colony. And of course, the picture of the visiting president, Muhammadu Buhari, there with other APC chieftain. And of course, quickly, federal government puts security operatives on alert. Governors express worries over arms build-up, and that could be found on page 4 of the page 5, I beg your pardon, of the paper. And quickly, food is ready for Fourth Republic. Stella, food is ready for the Fourth Republic. And of course, it's coming from Treasures, is Bola Wole. And of course, let us put a smiling face on those of you that is watching, just like what Stella Wando has here right now. It is about High Chief. And it says, Lagos Assembly moves to sack Ambode. And of course, it is over Lagos refuse. Sorry, I take that again. It is over Lagos refuse of or bad roads. All right, if that will definitely send a message across to you. Lagos Assembly moves to sack Ambode. Of course, that's the news. And it is over Lagos refuse or bad roads. All right, quickly, tick. And it's time for us to talk. Stella, let's start with the one when I made mention. I wish the camera could pan on you when I was doing that and you were smiling as if the woman that got 2 million naira is related to you. Woman give birth on campaign ground, I guess 2 million naira. What should the child be named after? Should we call her campaign ground? You know the good thing about the white people, you could hear different names: Forest, Stone, that's Okute, Stone, Chair. Funny enough, one of the players in Chelsea, his name is Drinkwater. And, we'll make fun back at home and say, the name was actually given me. When they found out about drinking the water, they say, your wife has been put to bed. They said, that's the name, Drinkwater. And what happens with a child, with a woman giving birth right there at the campaign ground?
I think based on what you asked me, I think if it is a boy, he should be named Chukwuemeka. Because he was actually given back to
I'll tell you that
and also the mother was given 2 million naira.
I'll tell you that actually took place in Delta State when Okowa, talking about the Delta State governor, was doing a campaign, and guess what? The woman started, and women quickly gathered around with wrapper, and she put to bed. Well, the good news is a bouncing baby boy, so I think he should be called Ifeanyi Okowa Jr. If you agree with me, please, why you call it? Tell us what name you think it should be. Well, I think all married women, pregnant women that are 9 months pregnant should start heading to campaign ground. Because believe me,
Michael, not because she gave birth and got 2 million naira. It might not actually turn out to be of the same.
But somebody said the best way to get money from those campaigning is when they give you money during political era. Well, what a good place to give birth. She's sure of 2 million naira. And don't be surprised if I was in the woman's shoe, that child will be called Ifeanyi Okowa. And be rest assured, that child is going to get scholarship to university level. What a good place. Madam, good thinking. Good product, they call it.
Oh, no. You can't just say good thinking because it might not really be the exact date she was given to actually give birth. Maybe she was meant to give birth in the next few weeks, but because of pressure.
So if I have anybody that is 9 months and is about having contraction, I will look for any of the nearest campaign ground and say that's where we're going.
And if the governor fails to, recommend that fact, okay?
He will. They are cheerful givers when it comes to this part. All right, just on a lighter note, and well, congratulations to Okowa Jr. If you ask me, that's the way to go.
Like you're the father, Okowa Jr.
Yeah, I think that is the best way. That is the best way to go. I'll tell you something later on. I remember when the governor of Abia State, I'm talking about Dr. Okeze Ikpeazu, lost his mom. It was a period that my wife actually gave birth. I was thinking of naming the child after the governor's mother, if light will shine on me. But anyway, I'll tell you the full story after that. This program, if you want to share some light with me. But quickly, let's talk about the headlines of the papers. First and foremost, it is NJC gives honor, and the acting CJN talking about Tanko Muhammad. 7 days ultimatum. The first is coming to say, yo, sir, you should have declared, but you did declare, even though you had some claims to it, but we're giving you 7 days. You must respond to our petition. And of course, the acting CJ, talking about the Chief Justice of Nigeria, was not spared, talking about Tanko Muhammad. And of course, they said, sir, you know the law. Why should you allow the presidency twist your hand, twist all your life experience and say, come and take the oath? And you actually did that. You have 7 days also to report. Because if you don't report to the petition, believe me, we shall take you out of the seat. And also, the former Chief Justice of the Federation, Onoge, is saying, look, gentlemen, I will respond, but I am also heading to the court because the president has gone past the red line. I am taking the federal government to court. And Stella, you and I know that when two strong elephants fight,
the grass
be the ones to say, please, gentlemen, no fighting, let's make peace. And of course, the Nigerian Bar Association has also said, look, we would not accept this. This is a slap to us on the judiciary, and we will not accept these. And of course, We'll keep that, and of course we'll have also our experts talking about political analysts, the sniffer they call it, talking about Uche Emeku, and Barrister St. Moses also will be here to tell us what the law says, and we'll ask you to keep abreast with us while we tell you all these in the next few minutes. All right, you can also be part of this. 081 7745 7728. That is the number to call. Please, if you must call us, reduce the volume of your TV set and straight to the point so others can also be part of it. Stella, anything you want to lay your voice on?
Yes, House OK's 13,000 naira paid to workers. And of course, we're just getting a conflicting report on this.
27 and 30.
27 and 30. So we don't actually know the report to believe. And of course, I sincerely believe that the federal government really need to, bring a lasting solution to the issue of minimum wage, so that we don't want to be seeing it often on at the headlines of the papers. They need to put their heads together.
Well, the battle is still on. The federal government came up and said, look, okay, after due consideration, and we think we can take 27. But those that believe that 27 is still a peanut and says, no, we're not going back to 30,000. And this morning we're hearing the information reaching out of the federal reps, talking about the reps approved 30,000 minimum wage for workers. So we'll see how that goes. Good. And also something that all the governors are saying. Governors are saying, look, we are worried with the way we see arms, ammunition everywhere in the states. We are worried. Election is not a do or die affair. And there's something that came up from the presidency yesterday when MCLtv, your darling TV station, was there to bring to you live the president's visit, talking about why the president came to unveil the power plant in in Ariara International Market. The president said something that Abians smiled to it, and he said, Mr. President, my dear governor, politics is not about do or die affair. It's not about we're not doing the right thing. I really want to say you did well in making sure that we achieve this power plant. It's not about colors. It's not about colors. And it's about what the people have to gain. And for the very first time I saw...
What do you mean about that color? It's not about
party colors.
Okay.
It's not about party colors. Okay. It's not about the red, white, and green. It's not about the blue, white. It's about what the people... Mr. President, thank you for that. For telling other politicians that it is not a do or die affair. It is the right thing. And of course, if you heard the Minister for Power and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, he said, Mr. President, I want to say a special thank you to one man that stood still and assisted in making sure our dreams was realized in this project. There's no other person else than the Abia State's governor. Let's keep politics apart and do what is right. That is what the president is saying.
And of course, let me actually, add my voice to the issue of governors saying that they are scared, and of course, talking about the arms and ammunition. We begin to ask yourself, where are these arms coming from?
Well,
how
politicians,
they get into the hands of these civilians.
Well, the truth of the matter is, records. I'm not trying to exaggerate, but records has it that politicians, those that want power, by all means want to get. Sorry, we'll go for a break, and when we come back, the program continues. Please do stay with us.
Good morning, Abia, your one-stop breakfast show on TV.
Another political season is here.
The storm of partisan politics has thrown up numerous candidates.
Who can best represent the people?
Abia Media Roundtable presents Political Debates 2019 for governorship and National Assembly candidates.
Let the best candidates emerge through fair debates on relevant issues. Abia Media Roundtable.
Fairness and integrity.
2019 Abia Political Debates.
Date 4th February for National Assembly candidates, 21st February for governorship candidates. Venue Bines Hotel, Habat Macaulay Hall, Aba. For more information, call 080-5483-3026, 080-3669-3622, or 080-3300-3566. This program is proudly brought to you by MCLtv, Boss FM, Magic FM, MCLtv, NTA Channel 6 Aba, PBS, Living TV, and Ibere Online TV.
Good morning, Abia. Your one-stop breakfast show on TV.
Guy, you know that yellow papa where they were street where we're so?
Wait, which one? That one where they trip for me? Now my babe now.
Free me, job. If you not get money, hide your face. I hide my face.
Come, now me you talk like that. Guy, I be big boy. You see this TV so? You know how much I buy am? 200k, see this one. You wear poor like also the market rat.
True, now me they call market rat. See all those Gucci and Pate where hush puppy they show for Instagram so. Now me buy am for am.
Guy, you know e-money na my boy. Money where they spray, now me give am.
See this one oh, you know that Linda Cage house for Banana Island? Now me dash her.
That one a house? Maybe you know OBO Davido. That 30 billion where they your account. Now me borrow am.
Forget it. You see that snake where swallow jam money? Now me send them. Now CBN they go next.
Tuale Baba. Ah hello, Tuale. Where is they?
True. Bros, you just had a lie. Eat them my back.
Hey, what did you do?
Oh yes, you can now purchase MCL decoder and also pay for your subscription at our corporate office located at number 9B Obibo Street opposite Keystone Bank, or MCL outlets located at number 203 Fox Road opposite Heritage Bank by Samek Junction, Aba. For those in Umuahia, you can go to number 80 Aba Road, Umuahia, opposite Golden Guinea Breweries, or our accredited sales agents, Abarusia Holdings, Zone 18, Shop C, LQA4, Shopping Center, Aba. Best Choice Electronics, Zone 16, ET65 Up, behind Eco Bank, Enyi Road Branch, Aba Shopping Center. Symphone Investment Nigeria Limited, Zone 12, AS28, Shopping Center, Aba. Ever Blessed Yahweh Electronics, 156 Ekote Mene Road, Aba. Matiko Communication, number 93 Hospital Road, opposite Amausa, Aba. Wanchuku Investment, 43 St. Michael's Road, Aba. Mukocha Electronics, number 300 Port Harcourt Road, inside Orie Ohabiam Electronics Market. Obuka JJ Communication, line 26, B47 Ngwa Road Market, Okorocha Shopping Plaza, number 4 Ibere Street. OK Tech, number 3 Nwala Street, opposite BTC, Aba. Orbit Communications, number 2 Pand Road, Aba. For payment of subscription only, you can visit our accredited agents, Best Choice Electronics, Zone 16, ET65 Up, behind Eco Bank, Enyi Road Branch, Aba Shopping Center. Ever Blessed Yahweh Electronics, number 156 Ekote Mene Road, Aba. Matiko Communication, number 93 Hospital Road, opposite Amausa Aba. Mukocha Electronics, number 300 Port Harcourt Road, inside Orie Ohabiam Electronics Market. Chris Bank Communication, 232 Orata Road by Express Aba. Branch office, number 560 Port Harcourt Road by Flyover Aba. For inquiries, call our customer care on 070-3298-0089. MCLtv, the world in your home.
Good morning, Abia. Your one-stop breakfast show on TV. Good morning, Abia. Your one-stop breakfast show on TV. Good morning, Abia. Your one-stop breakfast show on TV. Good Morning Abia, your one-stop breakfast show on TV.
You're welcome back, and if you're just joining us, this is still Good Morning Abia, your one breakfast program on MCLtv. Coming to you live from our bus studio here in the city of Abia State. And it's time for us to talk. And this morning, we'll be taking a look at the final conclusion of the NJC meeting yesterday. The National Judicial Council rose from its emergency meeting a moment ago, and talking about yesterday, with a decision to allow suspended Chief Justice of Nigeria CJN and the acting CJN Justice Walter Onoge and Ibrahim Tanko 7 days to respond to its petition against them. The petition against Onaya relates to allegation of violation of the Code of Conduct for Public Officers in relation to his alleged failure to declare its assets. The petition against Muhammad relates to his alleged misconduct in allowing himself to be sworn in a manner that breached the existing law, tradition, and constitutional provision. And to discuss with us this morning, we have two political analysts, and starting from my left is a regular face on this program, the sniffer, they call him, Uche Emeku. Uche, good morning. It's nice to have you once again on the breakfast program.
Thank you, and good morning, Abby.
All right, and sitting close to Uche is a broadcaster, a woman rights activist, and also a politician, the organizing secretary of the People's Democratic Party Abia State chapter. No other person than Barrister St. Moses Obona. Barrister, good morning. Nice to have you on the breakfast program this morning.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Abia.
All right, Barrister St. Moses, I'm going to start with you as a legal practitioner. You heard what the NJC has said. 7 days ultimatum to Onoye and 7 days ultimatum to the acting CJN. Was that your expectation from NJC? Looking at the report.
Yes, NJC has the final say when it comes to matters affecting the members of the judiciary. All this while the suspension, the query, and all that was coming from the presidency. Everybody expected the NJC to react. Everybody expected the NJC, being the body that is constitutionally bestowed with the power to control the judiciary. And of course, the judges and justices that are involved. Everybody expected the NJC to react. And because the law allows you fair hearing, NJC will always give you the opportunity to be heard, so that the doctrine of fair hearing will be observed. So we expected the NJC to react, and they have reacted positively.
All right, do you share some opinion with him, Emeka?
Yes, the NJC have done the needful right now, and in fact, this should have been the part that the president, would have told in the earlier part, so that it will, the principles of fair hearing would also be, also highlighted, and then the rule of law. I think what they have done is what they're supposed to do, even though it is related.
Okay, still talking about belated, I still want to stick to you. A lot of people said, talking about those also that knows how to interpret the law, said that NJC knows very well that the Constitution is written down, and when one defaults, you need not to go back and forth, but just to give a total pronouncement. First and foremost, that the Section 292 of the Nigerian Constitution states that if the president needs to take away the Chief Justice of the Federation, he needs to get 2/3 of the National Assembly to be part of that call. And once that is approved, the president can go with it. Now that the president didn't take that route, the president didn't follow the right procedure, but decided to take the decision of booting out the former CJ, talking about Onoge. The NJC would have taken a straight decision on that. Do you share that people's opinion, or you still want to stick to your previous thoughts about the whole issue?
Yes, the president, I don't think he has that right to interfere without passing through the NJC, because if you allow this type of thing to go on, it means even the Senate President or the Speaker of the House of Representatives can, at any given time, be sacked by the President. So I believe that what the President did was wrong in the first place, and that now that NJC has come in, and I believe that even right from the very first day, if the NJC had taken this position, or maybe had advised the President that he has gone the wrong way, that this is the right way to go, this type of thing would not have, happened. Nobody is saying that Onoge is right in not declaring his assets, but what we are saying is that, the right thing should be done. When a man, even when you have caught a man who have stolen something, you don't just go ahead to hang him or to let him have the, face the firing squad. You still have to go through. Even when the man has said, yes, I did this thing. Remember the case of this man that is there right now, the billionaire kidnapper. He had already confessed that he did this thing. But on the other hand, yes, Evans. On the other hand, the court still wants him to come. To make this thing. He has to go through the process because there are one or two things you need to learn, even in the process. So I think...
You see, I think there is a thing that needs to be cleared here.
Mm-hmm.
Because the way the last speaker has said is what appears to be the opinion of everybody. He has owned up. Because he has owned up.
I didn't say because he has. I said even if. That's my language. I didn't say he owned up.
Don't hang on. Go ahead, sir.
The general opinion is that if you ask everybody, say, because he said he made a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, he is guilty. Even at that, the court has to, the due process of law has to be followed. Everybody is now thinking that what Buhari did, it's wrong because of the due process, even though Ono has accepted his mistake. That's not the way it is. The law is very clear on declaration of assets.
What does the law say about declaration of assets?
You see, assets are declared for 4 years. You don't just declare assets today, and tomorrow if there is a change in their status, you declare another. You wait for 4 years. Ono says, I have declared the first one. I was waiting for the end of the 4 years to declare. And the law says, at any point in time, you are pointed out that there is a need for you to do another declaration. That's what you need to do is to say, I'm sorry. Then you declare it, which he has done. So if anybody is hinging on that, that person is making a mistake. Or no, he needed 4 years, which has not come. And again, he needed to apologize and declare the asset, which he has done. Wherever, with that head up there.
But I really want to ask you these, Barrister Moses, and a lot of people that have been watching this program have been sending the same text messages. And thank God you're a legal practitioner, so you know the law very well. The question is, if one makes a mistake, does that stop from the law not taking its rightful toll?
If that mistake is a criminal mistake,
and if
it is a criminal
declaration
mistake,
of assets is not a criminal mistake.
That is what I'm explaining to you.
Mm-hmm.
That there is a rule guiding declaration of assets.
You said every 4
years. If you are
updates,
if you are appointed as a public servant, you declare asset.
Sure.
If at the time you declare your asset, the law requires you to declare another asset after 4 years. If in the interim you are elevated to another status, you don't declare another asset. You wait until the end of the 4 years. And let me tell you, for Christ's sake, it's not just because you found money in somebody's bank account. You begin to shout to corruption. At the status of the president of the Chief Justice of the Federation, he's not a small person. They receive gifts. People like to relate with them. When I was elected the organizing secretary of PDP, me, as small as I am, the moment I was called to office, somebody brought television to my office. Somebody brought television to my house. without asking for anything. Is that corruption? So if you come and say, because I now have 2 televisions, I have corruptly enriched myself, when he did not ask for anything, when he just come to appreciate because I'm the organizing secretary of the of the party. That is not the way it works. And the law does not require me to begin to tell you how I managed to get these funds without anybody coming to say Moses, you did this, you did that. If everybody shouting corruption in this way, everybody in this country is corrupt, including the present president. After all, he has 300 and something cows. Has he declared how he got it? So if everybody at Christmas or Salah period gives him cow, he rushes to asset declaration and begin to declare, hey, yesterday somebody brought 10 more cows. We don't begin to criminalize our citizens, our public officers, our people who we hold at a very high esteem. Okay, look at Tanko. Tanko just yesterday, when OBC College accepted was sworn as the acting CJ of Abia State, he sat. I said no, because it wasn't passed through the.
I was coming to that. What is the difference between when the former Chief Judge of Abia State was taken out of the position and the next in command took that position without due process and it was pulled out? What makes this different from that?
That's not different. That's why there is another petition only for having
accepted the offer.
Yes,
and be sworn in
because he was informed before it was done. He used himself. He let himself to be used as a tool for perfecting a coup against the judiciary. Look at the law is very clear. It is the National Assembly, the Senate, that ought to sit if there is a complaint brought to them.
Even the National Assembly is heading to the
when they were ready to sit to talk about this, a coup was hatched to cause a splinter in the Senate, so that another faction of the Senate will now sit, dethrone the other faction of the Senate, and they legitimize what has been done. Whether we agree or not, we are heading for fascism. We are heading for a chaotic political situation.
Heading for a political situation, do you agree with that?
Yes, I agree with that because without the, judiciary, to really, do the needful, to interpret the law and then apply it as it is written down. There is, you are now going for the rule of man instead of the rule of law.
I would ask you this, almost the same question that points down to Barrister Seven Moses. As a woman rights activist, is anybody, even the Chief Justice of the Federation, is anybody above the law?
No, nobody is above the law.
So if nobody is above the law, why would the former CJN make such an expensive mistake by not declaring his asset, even though he claimed by his words to say, I forgot because I was waiting for the next 4 years? Would there not have been a previous notice to him to say, sir, you need to declare your assets?
Yes, I think it is the work of the CCB, that is the Bureau. It is their work to, at that time he was promoted, they should have also forwarded.
And you think that was not done?
It wasn't done. If it was done, he could not have said he forgot. If it was done, like if you are employed, just like you're employed in this MCL, at the beginning of this year, between now and June, the Board of Internal Revenue will forward your the tax form for you to fill. Yeah, because you are here, it is not for you to go there because it has to be under a corporate arrangement where they bring it and every other staff here will fill those forms. So I don't think he I don't think he did the wrong thing by waiting for them to come in there. And again, I want to say that the Chief Justice of the Federation is not above the law, and he has not done anything that means to that, that is to that effect. The only thing is that somebody wants to railroad him, somebody wants to, castigate his personality, thereby also destroying the judiciary because you believe that you are the only righteous man on earth. Because, like I said yesterday or day before yesterday, that James Madison pointed to something that if a man wants to go the way of dictatorship, he begins by saying that
1875.
Good. He begins by saying that he's fighting crime, and in the process, you see a lot of things going on. And remember the case of Augustus Caesar, which I also brought out here the other day, when he decided to kill every other person, including Caesar. He said, he has the universal acceptance of the people of Rome to do what he is doing. So I don't think the Chief Justice, for me, for now, he has not done anything wrong, but rather I think the executive is taking it upon themselves to make themselves, to assume sanctimonious position in whatever they think they are doing, and which is also very wrong somewhere.
All right, you can also be part of this discussion by calling the number on your TV screen. Tell us your opinion, your take on what we're taking a look at this morning. We're discussing the agency gives on our hair and Tanko 7 days ultimatum. President Moses, my next question is going to come to you as a legal practitioner. I will need you to give us more insight on what the law says. First and foremost, a lot of people are asking, the law is written in English, not in French, not in Dutch, not in Yoruba, not in Igbo, but in English. Why is the law difficult to understand? Some people, some sons are saying the president did the right thing by taking out Onoge, and some are saying, Mr. President, you got it all wrong. One law, 2 or 3 different interpretations. I'll get your response after these. Good morning. Good morning, you're welcome to the breakfast program. Can you tell us your name and where you're calling us from?
My name is Daniel Obasi. I'm calling from Abia State.
All right, Mr. Obasi. Quickly, the 2 gentlemen here would want to hear you out. Go ahead.
Okay, this very thing, I must say that what they take is not the right thing to do. No one is above the law. And everything should be done accordingly. Like the said, as a well-organized person you are in the society, you see this from people based on how good and the things they've done, and for the legacy is created. You don't have to follow just because of the slight mistakes you take and they decide to use it against you. It's not done that way. At least if you look at that matter and do the right thing before it's too late. Because if they are doing the right thing, that means they are able to do that is going against the law.
All right.
So that's my contribution.
Thank you very much. Gentlemen, you heard his opinion. Okay, he said he's on the part that due process should be followed, that the president should have also taken that due process, and that is the first way to go about it. All right, that's his own opinion. Also, St. Moses, one law written and different interpretation. Why are those from where you belong find it difficult to interpret the law to others?
I don't believe there are different interpretations.
And so why are some of the people?
But they are giving their opinions, which
But
is
it's
which
written
is
one
as
law.
many. Do you know where we are even more surprised? The vice president is a son.
I was coming to that. Initially, he said that the president is not aware that the CCT is bringing the Chief Justice into such a funny dilemma. And now he's mute on the whole issue.
You see, the vice president is a son, a lawyer. The attorney general, who ought, even when the vice president is trying to allow power to drunken him, the attorney general is there to strengthen his mind as far as the law is concerned.
To guide him.
But all these people have allowed themselves to be used by the planning that has been put in place. I always say that African countries don't hand over to opposition. All what you see playing out is a railroad towards making it impossible for another party, if peradventure they win, to come into power. You see, let me tell you, the law is very clear. We are standing on a tripod power play. The executive on one arm, the judiciary on one arm, and the legislature on another arm. And there is what we call separation of powers, wherefore no arm of government can overlord the other. The judiciary, which the Chief Justice signifies, stands at the apex. Is the apex of the judiciary, but not controlling himself. It's under the umbrella of NJC. That is, if there is any disciplinary measure that has to come upon the Chief Justice, it is not upon the President to just remove him.
It goes to the NJC.
Goes to the NJC. Even at the appointment of the CJ, the NJC recommends for the President.
All right, just hang on to your thoughts, and so we can get who the next caller is. Hello, good morning, and thank you for holding on.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma. It's nice to hear.
Good morning, gentlemen. My name is Cecilia.
Okay, go ahead, ma.
I'm calling from Bowe Road.
What's your take?
To be honest, I'm candid. I think the Chief Justice of Nigeria is one of the most highest people like President or Senate President. He's supposed to, common sense, he's supposed to know that he will declare his assets before he sits in the office. Do you understand? Because why shouldn't he declare his assets? It's because he wants to be, he's corrupt. He's corrupt because if he's not corrupt, you would have declared his assets and have a free man. I suppose the president to remove him from the office because this is the part of the things we are trying to tell Nigerians. You are a senior officer. Show me what you have before you enter in that office. Or when you are there, show us what you have. But you didn't show us what you have. Then when you remove it, that's right. It's not right. You're supposed to declare his assets.
All right, thank you very much, Madam Cecilia. So, Moses, quickly,
yes, I want to react to that. The issue is not whether he declared his assets or not. He declared his assets upon assumption of office as a Supreme Court Justice. He declared his assets. But upon midway, when he had declared his assets, he became the Chief Justice of Nigeria. He said he needed 4 years to elapse. That declaration of assets is not what you do every one year. The law says it is 4 years. Upon assumption of office as the CJN, further assets came. As it's waiting for the end of the 4 years to have declared. That it is a mistake, he forgot to declare further. If he had declared an asset again, what he would have declared is a further declaration of assets, not declaration of assets because he has done that. But what we are saying,
all right, just hang on.
Be that as it may.
Just hang on, sir. Just hold on to your thoughts. Hello, good morning. Thank you for holding on. Please quickly tell us your name and where you're calling us from, please.
Yeah, my name is Dikin Abia.
Okay, Dikin, go ahead. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, please, I want to appreciate all that you people are trying to highlight us on the base of activities of all these political scenario that we are into. But I believe Nigeria has now turned to talking and without taking action on some of the events. The president himself, who just removed this man without the rule of law, and things like this have been going on in Nigeria. What do we do as a nation under the law? We keep on talking and talking every day and things like putting
Thank you, sir, for giving us a contribution. But quickly, let me also put that well, the only way to get a final solution is keep talking and keep talking and keep talking, and of course, results will come. And that's what we're doing here. Of course, the gentlemen are laying the voice on what they think the right.
But it is wrong for him to say that nothing is being done. NJC has given them 7 days.
Ultimatum.
Can
you hold on to your thoughts while we see who the next caller is? Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. It's nice to have you on our breakfast program. Good morning, Abia. Your name, please kind of reduce the volume of your TV set so my two guests can hear you very well. All right. Go ahead, sir. Your name and where you're calling us from, sir.
Yes. Hello?
We can hear you. Go ahead, sir. What's the name?
Hello? Are you hearing me?
Yes, we can hear you. What's your name, sir?
Okay. My name is Wangu.
Chief Wangu B. All right, go ahead, Chief Wangu. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
My second is you know, in law, they say who wants everything. We go to 300. Again, you know, the difference of your face is great.
Chief Wangu, sincere. Hello. Sorry, Chief Wangu. Sorry, I have to cut you off. We're actually struggling to hear you from here. Please do call us back, and I'm sure those two gentlemen will want to hear your input. If you have any questions, feel free and ask the questions, and Barrister St. Moses will be doing justice to that. Hang on for the next caller. Hello.
Hello. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Nice for you to come in on the program. 60 seconds, your name, and quickly tell us what's at stake on this.
Yes. My name is Victor. I'm calling from Boston.
Can you move away from the TV set?
Hello?
Yeah, thank you very much. We can hear you. Go ahead, sir. Much better.
Like, what I have to say to this very issue now. Since I know we didn't declare disaster just like they said, and it's not something you do every day or every year. It's after 4 years. And he came up with a very good and presentable explanation for them, which they are supposed to understand. But no matter what the problem is, it's not what they're supposed to just moving and just like that. We have been somehow, no mercy, nothing. Why no one is supposed to go? I wish I know, but at least they're supposed to.
And ignorance to the law is not also accepted.
Within them, they don't want it out. That's why they did what they did. They don't want it. That's what I have to say to this.
All right, thank you very much for giving us your opinion.
This ignorance of the law.
Does it take away the law from taking its rights call on people?
Ignorance of the law is not an excuse.
It's so.
But ignorance of fact is an excuse. Listen, people keep talking about ignorance of law, okay? But ignorance of fact is an excuse.
Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling on the breakfast program. Tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Please,
go ahead, sir.
I don't know why you're talking about.
Sorry about that, sir. But now you're back. Go ahead.
Okay, what I'm trying to say is this. You see, in law, they say, who wants to
You said that before, sir.
And again, ignorance of the law. That's what I'm trying to say.
Thank you.
I don't know why we are wasting time. The first has been deleted. That of the blessing, that is the future, is the highest happen. That is the people who are supposed to teach the laymen. Look at what he's trying to say.
All right. I'm sorry, Mr. Waldo. I'm going to cut you off because all the people are also bustling and standing by to air their opinion. But so quickly before we take the next call.
You see, my problem is this. The CJN did not say he does not know he should declare his assets. That's ignorance of law. He knows. He declared his asset. But the fact of the law is there. Very, very clear. Even at the point you forgot to declare. The law says, at any point it is pointed out to you. You come to say, I'm very sorry.
What part of the law says? Where is
I can't cite it offhand, but it is the law. What would have been a problem is if they say you have $100 in a CCB account.
And you say, no, you don't have it.
You don't have it. Or the money that is traced to Meku belongs to me. And I say it's not true. That is when there is a criminal intention there. Not a situation he says, I'm sorry, I forgot. Because my period I thought I should declare again has not come. Therefore, I own that, I own that, I own that. The law says you have cured that problem. So the CJN was very smart. Smarter than they are. And put it in writing. So say, I'm very sorry, but all the assets you are talking about are mine. So, when is the criminal intention? They are not coming again. That the dollars found there is gotten through corruption. Who said it is so? Asset declaration is not supposed to be an open thing. The law says it has to be secret. And it is not for you to begin to say how you got the money. He who asserts must prove. If you think he is corruptly rich, it is you that will assert. Not him.
It's getting better. We have a lot of callers on the line, very buzzing our calls, and of course, this one is on. Hello, sir. Hello, we can hear you. Hello? Hello? Yes, please, can you speak up so we can hear you? Hello? Hello. All right, please, you want to call us back and tell us the name and where you're calling from? Yeah, go ahead.
So what I was saying on the 3-point, the separation of powers and the rule of law.
The executive.
The executive, in fact, the one that has overriding authority is the judiciary. That can begin to tell you the president you have done wrong by the order of the court and the executive. But the law says, if there is anything bordering on the judiciary where the judiciary has erred,
go to the NJC.
You go to NJC or you go to the Senate. Or you go to the Senate.
Let's talk about the Senate, and that's where I want to get your opinion, Emeko. Let's talk about the Senate. Before, the law says that 2/3 of the Senate will have to give an approval to the president's call. Yes. And now even the Senate can't come up with a decision. And the Senate is also heading to the court to get a proper interpretation of the law. What is your take on all this?
Yes, my take on this matter is that the president never communicated to the Senate in the first place. And so the Senate could not have acted in vacuum. They will wait for his letter to come. They will not go on presumption that this thing will start.
But the Senate sat
yes,
deliberating this.
Good. No, the Senate was about, was supposed to sit yesterday.
Yes.
But I mean,
there was a coup.
There was something passed on the ground, and so they played a smart one. And remember that Saraki is not just somebody you can just overlook or override like that. Remember, the president tried to mess up Saraki, but at the end of the day, I mean, he defeated all of them in the court. So the issue is this: the president never went. I mean, to the NJC, never went to the Senate because maybe he believes...
Let's hang on with your thoughts. And we have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning, caller. Can you tell us the name and where you're calling us from, sir? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Please, can you just speak up so the two gentlemen here can hear you very well, sir? Hello? Okay, I'm sorry, Emeko.
So the Senate wasn't communicated, and I think that is why the Saraki now decided he will go to court to ask the president, why didn't you come to us, consult us and hear our opinion before you pass through the means you're going to. I mean, you have a door, a very broad door that is there, and you have chosen to go through pigeonhole. I mean, it is not done at all.
All right, so Moses, you're like a practitioner. And I want you also to talk about the man that is sitting on the chair comfortably and presiding over issues, talking about the acting CJ and of Nigeria, talking about Tanko Muhammad. Was it right for the acting CJ to have taken such a position, knowing fully what the consequence would be?
Somebody cited equity. That he who comes to equity
must come with clean hands.
Clean hands. And you must do equity. You see, that could never believe that today will come. And when we are talking about these men, we are talking about noble men.
That had seen it all when it comes to
law. These people are the people that writes the law. They say law is what the court says and does, and nothing more pretentious. What are the courts? The major law right of the court is the Supreme Court. And this is the next in command to the Chief Justice of Nigeria, who just no distant time said, no, my friend. Even when it was the State House of Assembly that advised the governor. Listen to the difference. The State House of Assembly advised the governor to suspend the Chief Judge of Abia State. And acting on the orders of the State House of Assembly, the governor acted and appointed the OBC Council without a cost of agency. Without, first of all, finding out whether the Chief Judge was guilty or not. OBCK readily accepted. And Tanko himself now said, you couldn't have done that. You can't feel ignorance. This is where we said ignorance is no longer excuse. Because you are knowledgeable.
It's getting better, but let's find out what the next caller has to offer. Hello? Hello? All right, we don't have time. Please, if you must call us, we just avoid opportunity.
You could not have taken over what you know. If it were brought before you are caught, you will say, no, you are wrong. The governor, you are wrong. Why did you lend yourself? Because of greed and blind ambition to occupy the seat and begin to act whatever the governor wants you to do. The same thing is now falling on him. He has blindly accepted in order to begin to act, readily become a readily and very table tool in the hands of the executive. By what they want to do, we will have removed the independence of the judiciary and they slammed it into the hands. You see the speed at which he appointed the
committee.
Not committee, the panel. Electoral panel.
Yeah.
With 10 dead men.
With 10 dead. We'll come to that.
You cannot tell us that that list
was compiled
by him soon after he was.
So you think Tanko is actually playing a script?
He's playing a script because it was that script that brought him in. He lent himself as a tool to perfect that script. And the petitioner says, you see, now equity, don't catch you. We are standing before a glass house and they are holding stones. And the man you have thrown the stone this time has successfully dodged.
Okay, he who lives in God's house needs not to throw stone. Please reduce the volume of your TV set so we can hear you, sir. All right. Hello?
Hello?
He who lives in glass house needs not to throw stone. He who needs to be part of this program needs to reduce the volume of his TV set. All right, St. Moses.
So the person who threw back stone at him has successfully missed him, but couldn't miss the glass house behind him.
Okay. Let's see who the next caller is. Good morning. Hello. Good morning. Please speak up. You have Good morning. You have 60 seconds.
Good morning.
Good morning. 60 seconds.
Good morning, sir.
We can hear you. Good morning. You have 60 seconds to tell us your opinion.
What is my counsel and the two counsels in the house? Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Really, I called you today when they gave us and when one day the other person here was just mentioning about some against so what I mentioned that because the judiciary in Nigeria shows their five eyes. That is why all these things are happening. Because they showed their five eyes, they were unable to come earlier than because all these things, I think if they put their health in order, they could have come, bring out all these or call for meetings or whatever. You look into the matter earlier than before and now. You know, they're taking money, taking bribes here and there, maybe all the judges, all the them. So that's why they can't be able to stand there and why all this are befalling them. But I thank God for this intervention that really come out this moment.
All right.
That's what they're supposed to have done.
All right. Thank you very much.
So
Thank you.
they will not wait for they will not wait for the Senate to go to God before they will die. Because I don't know. But because they go there for what is happening.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you for giving us your time. Someone says you heard him, he sees toes on the same path with you. He believes that despite the fact that the NJC should have sat before now, but finally the verdict is on and they want to know what the next line will be. But Barry, talking to you, the sniffer, the question is, what is your expectation? What do you think the petition and the final results from NJC will look like? Looking at all that is playing out and looking at what the law says, before I get to St. Moses.
Yes, my expectation is that if the NJC follows the law strictly, and then I believe that at the end of the day, the CGN will be retired.
The acting CGN.
The suspended, the now suspended, Walter will be suspended, and some
hold on to that. If he is suspended, do you think it's the right procedure?
I mean, he will be retired, not suspended.
Yeah, if he's retired, do you think it's the right procedure?
Of course, that is the thing, because a lot of things has gone under that makes the credibility of even the judiciary at this particular time, because it is no longer about him, but it is about the judiciary. What happened in Abia State? So
you think it's going to be
yes, what happened in Abia State will also take place there. Tanko will lose. I mean, he will also be retired. Malami is likely to have his head, blooded in this matter, and some other persons who played roles that is not befitting of lawyers. And I think also that the NBA will still come out, with their own statement on this issue.
All right, Mr. Moses, even though the lines are buzzing, sorry we can't take any more calls, but quickly you have my question to
Yes, I think a lot of heads will roll.
And do you see the president reverse it if finally the NJC believes that it was a faulty move by the president?
Judiciary is supposed to be unbiased. And anything that could lead to biasness in the minds of whoever sits.
Can you permit me to take this last call? He has been buzzing so much on the call. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please, you have 60 seconds.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. You have 60 seconds to tell us your opinion.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. 60 seconds you have. Tell us quickly. What's your take?
Good morning. I'm Victor Wogo.
Oh, Barrister Victor Wogo, nice to have you. Where have you been?
Well, I've been listening to my colleagues, and I think it's unfortunate that some lawyers have not really looked at what the Constitution provides, what Code of Conduct Tribunal Act provides for you to begin to talk about who has heard and who has not heard. Some of them are making the argument based on Section 292. The issue is completely outside Section 292. The issue is centered around Schedule 3 and Schedule 5 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999. It has to do with breach of code by a public servant. The SYCJN was charged
And he used all manner of legal tricks, getting all manner of orders to stop himself from appearing before Code of Conduct Tribunal. What the president has done is that, you see, I challenge my colleagues. When you look at Section 5 of the Constitution and get Section 130 of the Constitution, the president has enormous executive powers to exercise. And NJC, and unfortunately to my colleagues, NJC is not a judicial body. NJC is an executive body. What NJC is doing is exercising the powers which the president ought to exercise. When you're talking about the use of people, some of them think it's a judicial body. It is not. Go to Schedule 3. Go to Section 153. NJC is not a judicial body. So, as far as I'm concerned, the case of Ojengiwa does not apply here. The case that applies here is Ahmed against Ahmed, which Honorable himself said the only body to discipline the public officer is Code of Conduct Tribunal and Code of Conduct Review. My final word is that if we do not employ sentiment, there is no way Honorable should not submit himself to Code of Conduct Tribunal. If at the end of the day, there is nothing against it, because God will take his position. Supreme Court has decided the case of Londe against Federal Republic State Bank that once a public officer is being investigated, you are asked to take it leave. It is not punishment at that stage. You are asked to temporarily leave your office so that the complete investigation will take place. If at the end of the day there is nothing against you, you come back and assume your position. I will coming up with a thorough article on the issue.
All right. Thank you very much. Before the two gentlemen react, we have just 2 minutes to wrap up this program. Barrister Wugo, a lot of people want to see you on this program. Can you tell Abians watching when you think you'll be available to give us your opinion on this?
Thank you.
Hello? Hello, sir. Well, I'm sure you're watching right now. We want to get your candid opinion on this by inviting you to come on the live program. All right, quickly.
You see, my worry is that when issues come and the lawyers begin to take political sides, that is why the country.
But he stated, he gave examples of the law.
Hold their temperature. The law is very clear.
Yes.
Citing it is one thing, stating what it says is another.
And he did that.
Listen. It is not in dispute that NJC is an executive arm. But the law provides its function. There has not been a law that says the president can hop into NJC and begin to assume their role.
Gentlemen,
simply because he is the president.
I'm just
tell Victor Hugo that he is wrong.
Okay.
Whatever that the presidency has to do concerning the NJC must follow the due process, the powers that is ascribed to the presidency,
gentlemen,
and that is given to
it's
them.
unfortunate. This is how far we can go on the program. I'm sure Barrister Wugo is watching and would want to invite him to come on the live program and tell us his opinion on what the law says. For him, he believes that the president did the right thing. Gentlemen, this discussion is going to take place tomorrow, and hopefully that we intend to see both of you here tomorrow when we call upon you to come and talk to others on this. Barrister St. Moses, thank you for answering our calls, even short and quick notice. Thank you. Always a pleasure having you here. And of course, Uche Emeko, the sniffer. Of course, you sniff around to tell us what is happening in Abia State. You are the Lord voice in the wilderness. Gentlemen, this is how far we can go onto this program. Thank you for calling in, and also thank you for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with the same topic. Hopefully, this guest will be here. Please do stand up for the next program on the Salachi Umabi. My name is Michael Ofonye. See you, same time, same station tomorrow.
MCL, the world in your home.